I would say if you're in the situation I was in, which is you're not really getting time to move forward, you're kind of treading water, I suppose, and struggling at that. Weirdly, you would think by doing coaching it would take away some of your time, but bizarrely it actually brings you back time. By just organising your time differently, you end up with more time overall. I was personally struggling with time. I was finding I was working in the business rather than on the business, and in fact I was working for the business rather than in the business or on the business. I found I was spending a lot of my time plugging holes around the company. I wasn't having time to do any of my managing director duties. I found I was working a lot in the evenings, and I always had 1 or 2 hours of catch up to do. Otherwise I felt I'd start the next day behind. Any opportunity I found at the weekend to catch up I would. I was quite often choosing catching up on emails instead of leisure time. I think when we kind of add it all up, I was spending less time with my family as well, which they were not entirely happy with. 10 years ago, I had a 3-year plan, a 5-year plan. We had a big crisis in the industry, a component crisis, so we couldn't source anything, we couldn't make anything, and it all kind of went to pot. The first thing we did with Action Coach was say, okay, look, actually, the world is a bit stabler now. We can start to look at some long-term planning, and that then enabled me to look at actually what do I need to achieve in the short term to make those long-term plans happen. I think the problem of being the boss, the problem of being the owner is no one holds you accountable. You can make whatever excuses you like to your team and no one's going to push back at you for not having done something. So having someone externally that you are accountable to, I think is really valuable. First thing I did was I've segregated out now time to work on the business. So all those kind of things that improve the business longer term, but you don't actually ever have the time to implement, I've been doing those in their droves. I don't now spend a lot of time working in the evenings or the weekends. There are occasional bits I will still do, but they're my choice and I don't have to do them. Yeah, I'm definitely able to spend more time on that. And also by taking these times, so I now take 2 days a week that are focused on business development and working on the business. So by getting those big tasks done during those days, actually the rest of my week doesn't have massive tasks that I need to do every single day, so I can spend more time being a managing director. But by refocusing what I've been doing as part of with Action Coach, we've been able to strategize now about, look, what are the kind of clients we want? Because not every client is a client you want. Some clients are not a good fit for you, and that works in both directions. So trying to establish that at an early stage is something we've been putting a lot of focus in. Yes, yeah, we've had a really good period, yeah. So I would certainly be saying we're probably looking at a 30 to 40% improvement on last year as it stands. Yeah, things are very exciting, and by not having daily stresses of things that aren't done, it makes you feel better, but it also makes you appreciate kind of what you've got and what's around you. Sometimes when you have such a long to-do list and tasks that are never getting done, you stop seeing things around you, whether that's personally or professionally, that actually can build you up and make you feel better.